Okay, today is November the 13th, 2017, and right now at 1 p.m. we have a temperature of 73 degrees in the foothills. We have a relative humidity of 39%. The dew point is 46 degrees, and the barometer is up at 30.13 inches. Okay. Now, the skies again today are completely sprayed over with chemtrails, and that's because we have a flow pattern that is the same as yesterday. We have the remnants of a disturbance moving right through the southwest, and there is no rain on the Doppler. Let's take another look at the Doppler map. There's no rain anywhere in central California or southern California. Pretty much from the Bay Area up, they are getting some rain. The terraces are allowing rain up in that area. One thing I want to point out here real quick is that in the MODIS Today map for Northern California, which is right here, we do see some chemtrail spraying. So the aerosols are not as effective up in the northern latitudes as I mentioned. And we can see the natural clouds right here buried under this layer of chemtrail haze. But yet they are getting some rain up there. It's not heavy rain, but it is some. And if we go take a look here at the Southern California map, right here, let's take a look at today's map. Actually, this is yesterday's map, but it looks the same. It's the same map, basically. We have spraying going on. Here is yesterday's map for the Southern California area. We see a lot of, an extreme amount of chemtrail haze, and you see the streaks running every which way. Okay, there it is. San Diego right here, and LA right up here. So looking at the map here, we see two separate flow patterns, one into Northern California, one into Southern California. And we have another huge area of thunderstorms. This is being blown apart. Let's take a look at that right now. This is the East Pacific water vapor loop. We can see the blast pattern on that giant thunderstorm being blown apart with microwave or laser, one of the two. And we see the color change in the center. This is a pink towards the beginning of the loop, and then after they hit it with microwave and implode it, it collapses. The microwave disrupts the convective process. Of course, laser can do the same thing. We see that blast pattern. And so the same thing was happening up here. This is where the other disturbance was yesterday. Let's look at the National Hurricane Center map. We see that that disturbance was blown apart yesterday. It had a 70% chance of hurricane formation. Today it has 20% a chance of hurricane formation. So the question is if they can destroy these hurricanes here on the West Coast, why couldn't they destroy Harvey and Irma and a few others that destroyed Houston, Texas, and parts of Florida? Also the Dominican Republic and other areas, Cuba, a lot of areas were completely destroyed by these hurricanes in the Atlantic. And of course, the weather controllers allowed that. They allowed that to happen. And we can see the flow pattern here. Let's look at the, this is the western U.S. water vapor loop. We see this is a storm right here generating about 30-foot swells right off of Washington. This is being pushed back to the northeast. Here's a second developing gale dropping down. Let's look at the, this is the swell report. I'll have to slide the monitor over. Okay, so we see the that storm is developing anywhere from 21 to 30-foot swells right off of Washington, right off the coast. All right, let's look at the surface analysis map. And we can see that storm right here off of Washington, 986 millibar system right there. And we have a couple of lows right up here. This is a developing gale. This is that system just to the northwest. We have high pressure indicated off California right there on that map. If we go back to the big map, we can see this is actually where the high pressure is, right down here. And that's blocking this. This may wrap back around and up towards us again, but there is some high pressure right here, and that is separating these two flow patterns. And we have a blockade out here, which is apparent here in the IR map. We can see that. This is all chopped up. Everything is divided up and being prevented from merging. Okay, so we have a skyload of chemtrails again today as this pattern continues. Zero rain for Southern California. Chemtrails are being sprayed in Northern California, but they don't look as heavy and pervasive as what we're seeing here yesterday and today. Let's go back and see if we can find the, let's find the November 13th map here real quick. And we'll take a look at that. All right, so here's today's map. We can see Southern California is again blanketed with these aerosols, and that is stopping the rain. Okay, so that is about the end of the report. Let's take a quick look here at the SSEC map, water vapor map. We can see that this is the system yesterday, that it was blown apart and is moving right into Baja California today. So Mexico, northwest Mexico, is also being sprayed very heavily. This is a 24-hour loop, so we see the entire sequence, what happened. Right there is that disturbance. That was superheated. We have the blast pattern evidence right along there, and also right down here. So we're actually getting the remnants of this former disturbance, but there's no rain. Okay, we'll just leave it right here, and we'll do another one later.